real dreamer. You've been dreaming for so long.
So I want to show you the boat. I've had it for a little while. I've done some sailing. And then I also just want to show you some of the projects that need to get done over this winter. I'm going to pull it out probably in November and do the repairs that I'll show you here. But you know, I got into sailing kind of at the start of COVID back in 2019. I started doing some research, and then I didn't buy my boat until February of 2021, and that was kind of, you know, like we said, we're about a year into the whole mess. And you know, sailboats are pretty hard to find. I've only seen about 3 or 4 Catalinas. So I'm gonna just show you mine, and you know, I'll tell you what I paid for it and some of the damage for sure that I need to fix, and we'll go from there. So this is the boat. I do rent a slip. I find that is so much better than you know, trying to raise and lower the mast every time that I want to go sailing. So I have a slip, and so if you're thinking about doing a sailboat, definitely calculate the slip fee, because that's, you know, definitely a monthly rate. So starting at the bow, one of the things that you'll notice, the bow's pretty chewed up. That is 90% my fault. So getting it on and off the trailer, I did most of the damage that you see right there. But one of the other areas that was pretty heavily damaged is just above the clip to hold it onto the trailer. And the weight of the boat is very much on the back. And so when it sits on the trailer, it was just basically banging the bow into the cradle that holds it in there. So a lot of that damage was already there. But then getting it off the trailer, the cradle just ate it all up. So I need to do some fiberglass work this winter, and then also that little flea bite down there. I've got a metal dock, and if you watch the video where I'm docking and you hear me pulling up to the dock and saying, oh, I couldn't get it in reverse and I was going too fast, that's the damage that I did there. So couple little things that need to get fixed there. You know, this is a little bit of an older Catalina. It's actually almost 7900 in production. This is a 1977, and it's around the 7900 production mark. So you can see on the newer Catalinas, this is my neighbor here, they've added the lifelines and such. So I don't have those, but you know, it's not in bad shape. There's a little bit of stuff that needs to get fixed. Some teak that needs to be worked on, so we'll do that. You can see right here on this cabin, this damage is because it's hitting that block. So I'm going to take this off, re-fiberglass that, and address that. The other thing is the windows leak. So I'm going to take the windows out this winter, re-seal them up, and we'll go from there. Coming back here. You know, the other thing is it's got a fairly new 4-stroke 6 horsepower motor. Tohatsu works really well. Really like that boat. Or excuse me, that engine. It does well on the boat. Going up the mast. Sails are in decent shape. So I know that this is the second sail. There was a funny story about, you know, they put the production number on the sail and they messed up. So it's like 7,089 and the boat's actually 7,098. So when I was saying that the windows leaked, yeah, the windows leak, but not only the windows leak, all of this, you can just see, has just been siliconed like crazy. So I'm gonna take all of this off. I'm gonna fiberglass up all the unnecessary holes, and I'm going to seal it all up again, because what's happening is, you can see there's water in the bilge right there. Let's see if there's any. Not really right now. A little bit there, and you can see the water just right here in this area. So it's just leaking. All of that area is just leaking. So I'm gonna take that all out and get it fixed, and then this is just kind of the the cabin area. So there's some cushions. This table here comes down, turns into a bed. Then you got your V-berth area, and this also has the porta potty in it. Cushions were in good condition. Cushions were new. It came with everything. I mean, literally, it came with life jackets. It came with lines, ropes. It came with dock lines. It came with ladder. It came with flare guns, fire extinguisher. There's some electronics that really aren't hooked up. A depth sounder that needs to be put on. I'll do that this winter. A boat hook, anchor. I mean, it literally had everything. I was told that it was owned. I'm the third owner. The second owner only owned it for about a year, and then I think it was a little too much work to go trailer it out to the lake. But the previous owner owned it since new, I was told. And from the condition of it and how I see, I mean, I have to believe that's pretty close to true. So the lines all seem to be in good order, running well. It sails great. It sails really great. It floats. I mean, that's half the battle. Does your boat float? There's a lot of stress tracking from fiberglass. I've watched a bunch of videos on gel coat. I feel comfortable trying to tackle it, so I'll show you. Just like right here, re-gel coat that. These holes I found were pretty much drilled to help this drain. So I mean, I understand why they did some things. They did some other mountings there. So I mean, I get that. I don't know if I'm gonna tackle that, per se, or something like this. A lot of this damage but I do know for a fact I am gonna tackle these types of things and get these all filled in, and like I said, redo that. I think I want to take these rails off. I've seen a couple boats where they're off. Right now I've got fenders on them, but I think I can eliminate that. So, in all, it's it's a 22-foot Catalina. We said it's 7,900 in production. It's 1977. It's a great handling boat, really, and that's probably the biggest thing about this whole thing, is just learning how to sail. And this boat has been so forgiving already. This boat has allowed me to make mistakes. This boat has allowed me to learn, and I love it. I think about sailing all the time. So that's just kind of a quick walk around. Yes, her name is the Duke. Funny thing, the Duke, I felt like giving her a boy's name would make her tough, I guess, was kind of the joke about that. So her name is the Duke, and yeah, it's a good boat already. I love it. I love sailing it. I love being out in the marina. I mean, like, look at this. This is this morning. There's fish feeding, there's ducks hanging out. I come out here quite a bit. It's where I want to be. So anyway, that's just kind of a quick walk around of the boat, an unedited walk around. I think It's just going to show you what's going on, some of the damage. I am going to have to pull it out. I just dropped it in the water this year. Needed to kind of get a scum line so that I could figure out how to do the bottom job. So you can see, definitely kind of got some gross growth, but I do have my line, my scum line. So that kind of will help me do the bottom job. We'll do that. And then you can see right there, there's probably some structural fiberglass that needs to be fixed. So I'm going to address that as well. And then the rest is just kind of more of a cosmetic, but you know, the lights, running lights work. You know, everything that needs to work on it works on it. You know, there's probably you know, steam light or an anchor light that I would maybe add if I was adding something to it. But yeah, all in all, it's the Duke, and pretty pleased with it. As far as the price, I paid $5,200 for it. It came with a trailer, and I've got about $100 worth of parts into the boat.
Hello dreamer, you've been dreaming for so long.